Hello traders, I just want to have a follow-up of my previous video showing you our February results, and I want to show you something profoundly important that most traders don't know, or most people don't know, period, regardless of what they do, and that is letting the eighth wonder of the world, compounding, do its job. Now, you've all heard probably compounding, of course, but very few people actually practice it. So I just want to show you the power of what you have in your hands and how you can quite easily, really, turn a $1,000 trading account into a multi-million-dollar trading account within 5 to 6 years. Now, when I say 5 to 6 years in the world of trading, most people think that's a long time because people come into trading, people trade with an unrealistic expectation because the internet, as you know, is just full of crap, just full of garbage, of convincing people this is the way to go. You can make money fast by trading. It's the epitome and all of this stuff, and it's easy to do, and instant riches, and you don't have to do too much. That's all rubbish. These are just people out there obviously trying to get money from you one way or another. So when I say 5 to 6 years, for me, that's a short time frame, clearly, to turn $1,000 into over $1 million. Think about it this way. Most people go to work. Most people work 40 years of their lives, 45, 50 years of their lives, doing whatever they do, and that's just normal. They may not like it, but they back up and do it every day. People go to university 5 or 6 years, longer, depending what degree they're getting, to come out the other end and sure, earn a decent income, maybe $200,000 or $300,000 per year, but they don't blink an eyelid at that. That's normal. That's what you do. So when I talk about 5 or 6 years, you need to know that that's not a long time to create, I'm talking generational wealth. It seems like a long time in trading because people are used to thinking about making profits per day, per month, per week, all that crap, right? It's not. Get that out of your head. Let me show you the power of what I'm talking about. Now, there's a couple of assumptions I've made here. This example is based upon the assumption of real life example of what we did last month in February, where we earned, I'm going to keep it 7 times risk to reward, where we earned 7 times our investment amount, 7 times risk to reward. Now, remembering I said that is by my standards, that's a fairly average month. Some months we'll earn 20 times risk to reward. Next month we might earn -1 or 2. It doesn't matter. It's an average over the course of a year. You've heard me say that. So that's the first assumption. These numbers here are based on the assumption that over the course of a year, it averages out that we made a seven times return on our investment, on our risk every month. So 84 times, right? Our original risk amount. It's also based on the assumption that you haven't altered your risk amount over the entire course of a year, which of course you will. Remember I said as your account doubles in value, which it will over a course of a year, your risk amount also doubles. So you always stay that 1R risk amount in proportion to your trading account. Okay, so we haven't taken that into consideration on these numbers. So therefore, these numbers will be far, far, far greater than what I'm showing you. But let's rip into this. Let me give an example of how simple this thing is to do. And this is real, folks. The numbers they're not rubbery. They're not wild, claims. They're not extravagant claims. This is the reality. Let me walk you through it. And you can play with these numbers, guys. Let's just say, here you are year one. And we're going to use our trader who starts with $1,000 in their trading account. They've probably saved this money up somewhere, whatever the case. They have $1,000 they can afford to put in their trading account and not touch it because they've still got their job. They've got another source of income coming in. Based upon this example, you're risking $50 per trade. And again, based upon 7R reward over the course of a month, which again is very, very conservative. At the end of a year, so you had 84 times 50, you've made $4,200 profit. Now, by the way, traders, I've just rounded the figures to make it easier, okay? You haven't taken any money out of your account. Now, remember, this will be bigger than this because once your account gets to $2,000, your risk amount's going to go to $100. But we're going to assume you've just kept the same risk amount all year, regardless. So you've earned $4,200. Year 2, let's just say you're a bit more than this. Let's just say you're $5,000. You're now risking $250 because this is your 1R allocated amount. You've now earned 5 times your starting balance, so your risk amount is now 5 times. At the end of that year, same assumption, you haven't changed your risk amount. We're still getting a very, very average 7 times your risk amount every month. You've just made $21,000 in profit end of year 2. You're starting year 3 with $26,000. Remember, you haven't taken any money out of here, traders, so you're still working, still doing whatever you do for a living, but you've adopted a business attitude to your trading, and you know it takes time for any business, for any asset class to grow in value. You have a professional approach about that, so you've let this money in there. Year 3, $26,000. Same thing, you're risking the same risk amount, your same 1R risk amount in relation to your trading account. Same assumption, you haven't changed this all year. We're getting 7R return every month, very conservative. You're now making $109,000. Again, remembering traders, it'll be more than these figures because, again, as your account size grows, so when this account gets to $52,000 over the course of the year, you'd be risking $2,600 in sake of this example. But we're keeping it conservative. $109,000. This also, now traders, you can start take some money out of your account, again, because we haven't factored in the fact that you're doubling your risk amount per trade whilst also maintaining your 1R risk. You got $109,000. Year 4, you got $135,000 in your trading account. Same thing, nothing's changed. You're now risking $6,750 in your account, assuming you haven't changed this all year, which you will, of course. You've now got $567,000. Year 5, you started with $702,000 because you've kept $135,000 in there. Obviously, you've taken money out, traders, but we just covered that. $702,000, you're risking $35,000. Sounds like a big number, but they're just zeros, traders. You're still 1R risk amount, and you're now over $2.9 million. Now, that may seem almost unbelievable, but you've allowed the compounding effect to do its job, and we've based it upon a $50 risk amount. In other words, you were happy at the start to risk $50 at on a $1,000 balance. That was your 1R risk amount that you could sleep well at night with, and all we did was get a very average 7 times our risk amount per month. Not hard to do, but you had the discipline to take a long-term approach about your trading. You're now a multimillionaire. It is as simple as that, traders. I'm not saying this to convince you otherwise. This is the power of compounding. This is the power of having a long-term approach to your trading. This is the power of having strict money management principles, which simply means you're only going to risk an amount that you're comfortable with. You can sleep at night, and you are never going to take a trade anything less than a 1 to 2 risk to reward on offer. Not rocket science. Let's take another example. Same starting balance. Let's just say you're more comfortable risking $30 per trade on a $1,000 trading account. Perfect. Nothing wrong with that. End of the year, same assumptions. You've made $5,220. Year 2, you've got $3,500 in your trading account because you haven't touched it. You're still working. You're still getting an income. You're still doing whatever it is you do. You're now risking $105 per trade, again, because that is your 1R risk amount relative to your trading size, to your account size. And you haven't changed this all year. Again, you will, of course. You now you made $8,820 at the end of that trading year. Year 3, you haven't touched it yet. $12,320. You're now risking $369 because that's relative to your trading account. End of that year, you've made $31,046. Again, I'm going to reiterate, you're making more than this because this is not taking into account that you're doubling your risk amount when your account doubles. So this is $31,000. During this year, this would obviously be $24,600. So you'll be doubling your risk amount. So we're keeping it conservative. Year 4, $43,366. That is now your trading account balance. You're risking $1,300. Again, it's your 1R risk amount. The numbers are getting a bit higher now, but it's still 1R risk. It's completely irrelevant to your relative to your trading account. You've made $109,000. Year 5, you're starting off with $152,000, a bit over. You're risking $4,570 per trade. Again, the numbers look large here, but it's all relative to your account. $383,960. Year 6 traders, you've got $536,000 in your trading account. Now, by now, you're taking money out and you're probably living off your trading again because we haven't factored in you're doubling your risk amount as your account doubles in size. So you're probably taking that money out. I would encourage you to. You're risking $16,000 per trade. Sounds like a big number, not when it's relevant to $536,000. Just zeros. And you've made that year $1.35 million. Now again, traders, you did it in year 6 by risking $30 on a $1,000 trading account, and you kept your 1R risk amount very, very consistent as your trading account grew. Does that make sense? And again, you need to understand this is based on a very conservative 7 times risk to reward on a monthly basis. What if next month you make 21? What if the month after that, again, you make 2? It doesn't matter. At the end of 12 months, what matters is the average that you did over the course of the month. So play with these figures, traders. Practice, what if we only made a 5R profit over the course of every month? So we made 60 times our risk amount over the course of the year. This is based on 89 times, based upon 7 times profit per month. 84 times. What if you did the numbers and on 60 times profit? So 60 times this, just do the numbers and play with it. You would still be a very, very, very wealthy individual. There is no other vehicle on the face of the earth, traders, that can allow you to do this if you take this multi-year approach to your trading. That's all you have to do. And understand, by the way, traders, you've got these results, and this is based upon losing more trades than you won. Based upon our February results, this is what's based upon. Can you understand the power of compounding? You can see by being patient, having a multi-year approach. This is your wealth vehicle for life. Having a multi-year approach, not a monthly approach. There is no other vehicle on the face of the earth, traders, that can do this. I have been in the investing world for over 30 years. I have lots of various assets in various different asset classes, and they're all well and good. Nothing compares to the power of this thing. As long as you maintain your 1R risk amount and you have a long-term mindset and you don't get emotionally shifted when a trade or series of trades go against you, because you know at the end of the day, at the end of a 5-year or 6-year period, in this example, you have changed your life for the rest of your life. And it's taken you, in the grand scheme of things, not that long at all. So does that make sense to you? So if you do feel yourself being emotionally shifted because you've had a series of losses, for example, or you feel yourself being overly elated because you've had a 20R profit month, for example, which will happen, then go back and watch this video. Save this video somewhere and watch it, because this is the reality of trading. These numbers are not there to impress you. This is the reality of trading based upon what we did in February. So I hope that puts it in perspective for you, traders. I wish nothing more for you than to have a long-term view, change your life over a 5 or 6 year period, starting with $1,000 in your bank account. Obviously, if you have a greater starting balance, then the numbers are going to be huge. Remembering, these numbers have not taken into consideration that you're going to double your risk as your account size doubles. So they're going to be far, far greater than you see on the screen here. Anyway, traders, this is what you've got in your hands. This is your future. So I hope that makes sense. Give me the comments in the family group, traders, of what you think about this, because this is reality, okay? Do your own numbers. Practice on getting a 5R return every month, not a 7R. And just see how the numbers come out. The numbers are still very, very impressive, traders. Anyway, I want to share that with you. I want to put it in perspective. And again, I cannot encourage you enough to have a long-term view. have a rest of your life view about your trading and take this thing incredibly seriously. Don't treat it like some sort of piggy bank you dip into. Treat this like a business. And in my example, in my view, traders, this is the greatest business you could ever do on the face of the earth, in my view. Thanks, traders. I'll leave you with that. Bye for now.